Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky. I am a living Christ. Today I should just like to ask the question that each of us must ask sometime in our lives. Who am I? Who are you? We are one. The fact is that those questions come from partially our physical construction. The mind, the body, the spirit, the soul. What's the difference? The mind and the body are quite material. They deal with the material aspects of life. What can be seen, what can be sensed, what can be felt. And we believe that to be at the basic level of our intelligence, all there is. That is the world of the ignorant. Those who are limited in their grasp of what it is that is the miracle of the whole of life. And they spend their time, their limited time of this illusory life that we lead, which begins at birth and ends in death. And so that alone shows you that it is not true. It is not of the spiritual realm. For the spiritual realm is the forever, the eternal, the godlike realm of timeless, beyond space, existence. That's who we truly are. We speak a lot of the word God, but that is a mental construction that imprisons one's consciousness to live in a very limited way, in a conditioned way that creates separations, divisions of intelligence, of consciousness. We are trained, satanically trained by the conscious intellect, where your unlimited, your infinite consciousness of the subconscious mind, the God mind, is limited in its expression. It falls into the categories of observable divisions, belief systems, man, woman, race, nation, political beliefs, religious beliefs, one's addiction to the use of money and the manipulation of money. But you see, to the intelligent man, that does not require labels. That is all part of the whole, the complete, the oneness of life that is love, that is cooperation. You see, cooperation is a manifestation of oneness. Love is a manifestation of oneness. But we are thrown into a illusory world of division, of separation, of gradients, of emotions, I speak to you as a nobody, as opposed. You see? Opposed. There's your division. Can I speak to you without opposing, without opposition? Certainly I can. You feel it. You sense it. You do not disagree with it. That's what each and every one of us is looking for in life. We are all one. We all have that requirement of stability, responsibility. You understand? I said two words there. Did you pay attention to them? Stability is the condition of the subconscious mind. It is oneness, it is wholeness, completeness. No opposition, no division, no argument, no debate. The other, responsibility. What's the difference? Responsibility imputes duality. You're responding to some sort of stimuli, and you therefore are reacting. And that is where most of you live your life. You respond to stimuli. That is the world of illusion. That is the world that most of you are trained from birth, just about, by your parents who themselves are caught, trapped by illusion, by their training. And they pass that training on from generation to generation. That's called family. That is the encumbrance of consciousness that keeps one limited. And that limitation creates division. And so when one is speaking to another man or another woman, when you are speaking to yourself at the level of spirituality, where we are all one, that oneness is love. That oneness is cooperation. Now, I am 82 years old. I've faced this plane of consciousness for 82 years on this level, this plane of existence. And I am what I am at this moment. This moment is beyond time. Oh, that moment is gone, and now we have the memory of that time. That's the level that most of you live in. You live in the past. You live in the memory of the fleeting moment of now, which is eternal, beyond time, beyond space. You are living dead persons. That's a fact. That is not some fantasy of mine. I'm telling you the truth. Most of you are trained persons, limited, robotically respondents to stimuli. And those who create the stimuli control you. That is the essence of satanic consciousness. Those of you who live in that level of consciousness live in hell. Hell is real. Hell is your divided consciousness where you separate yourself. Now, You say, well, that's just the way life is. There's the me and the you. That is a operation of your conscious mind, your intellect. And your intellect is a partial consciousness, you see. What is operating at the same time is your holistic consciousness, your subconscious mind. It's operating all the time. Even when you sleep, you exist. You understand? All that changes is the type of awareness that is operating between awakeness and sleep. There's no question that you need sleep to regenerate, because your existence at the awake state, or the seemingly awake state that you believe to be your life, your consciousness, is very tiring, dualistic. It's always arguing. It's always in a state of confusion. It's always in a state of trying to come to a balance, to an understanding, to a point of oneness, love. You see, that's merely the transference of energy that is you. You are infinite energy. You are God. You are the God of your own life. And what you do with your energy determines the quality of your life. Now, I speak to all of you, no strings attached. I speak the truth. I will not allow anyone to become dependent upon me. I shunt that energy back to them so that they remain independent on themselves, for that is their true self. That's why I call myself a nobody in a world of somebodies. I am infinite in that nothingness. There is no boundary. There are no barriers. I am allowed to speak and to act in truth. In a world of limitation, in a world of power seekers, somebodies. I do not live in the world. I am not of the world of somebodies, although I do participate in their actions. That's hard for most of you to understand because you're still living in your intellects. Your trained intellects, satanically trained by schools that has fashioned your consciousness, that has molded your idea of yourself, your idea of truth, your idea. You understand what an idea is? An idea is an illusion. It represents the energy, the essence of that which is. But in order to communicate and make it material, we must use words. And in that transformation of the unnamed energy into the named label of words, we have created our world. The Bible says it best. In the beginning, there was the Word. Abracadabra. As I speak, I create my world. You understand, though, there are just two ways of responding to, defining creation. But who is it that creates? Some idea that you hold in your mind? That idea is your creation. Otherwise, it would not exist in your consciousness. Do you understand? You are the creator of your thoughts. And your thoughts are the creator of your world, the quality of your world, the substance that defines you. We all want to be somebodies. And for most of you, that requires struggle. Understand? There is no struggle. When one understands who they truly are, the God of their own life, and therefore are responsible for their actions, then they are at rest. They are the whole of existence. In all the fictions, all the fantasies, all the fairy tales told to you throughout your life, from the pulpit on, they are fantasies. They are illusions. They create the barrier that takes you away from the fact that you are the creator of your own quality of life. So when you are poor and you look at yourself and you ask the question, who am I? You are your thoughts. You are the thoughts that constrain you, that hold you captive, slave, to merely illusions, ideas. That's what civilizations are based on. Civilized world is a product of your intellect. Your intellect. However, when you come to the point of higher understanding, greater consciousness, you understand that you are infinite. And that is the oneness of all. That is symptomatic of love, of all the spiritual messages that you have entertained throughout your life when given the opportunity to look at. You were looking at that in the moment of now. Well, you're not, actually. You're looking at it in the after moment of now. For truth and love, respect, cooperation, all those things occur in the moment of now, in action. Not in reaction, which is a fantasy, but that action. And you strive to live in that moment of love. You seek it. You strive for it, but it eludes you because all you can hold, all your consciousness allows for you to hold, is that partial memory-based after moment. The thought, the goal, the desire. That's what life is for most of you. And that's why you're here on this plane of existence, to learn, to understand, to answer the question of who am I? What is my purpose for being? As long as you are asking that question, you must admit that you are living in the partial reality of the conscious mind. But you're already there if you're seeing it. Seeing is active. It is an action. It is what is. You see the truth. You believe the idea. Now, do you understand how subtle that is for most of you? Because you, believer, believe in the idea of what is. That is the illusion of your life, and you remain there until you die or you awaken. That's the point of this video. I have hundreds of videos on the internet, but they all can be broken down to understanding that there is only one message, and that is how to live a balanced life. Not gain fame, fortune, celebrity, power, for that's the satanic realm of duality, and that's what most of you live. It's called civilized life. And you strive, you struggle, you're in pain, you're in confusion, and you'd love to be out of all that conflict. But you don't know how. I'm telling you how. Now, who am I to tell you how? At the level of the subconscious mind, the mind of God, I am you. I am a nobody, but I am every man at his fundamental level before he accepts, exceeds to the level of somebody. When he does that, he volunteers his existence to a dualistic hell. And that is the beginning of his quest for a return to his true home, the home of infinite intelligence, the return to God, the return to himself, to the oneness of life, where there is no conflict, no confusion, no striving. All there is what is, and what is truth. So, as I have said, I do not wish in a dualistic sense to have any of you dependent upon me or my words, for that merely draws me into a unattainable freedom from slavery. I consent to be enslaved when you become dependent upon me, where there are two. There is the you, and there is the me. And you're striving to hold on to me, the illusion for a relationship is one of hell. I'll not be party to it. So I do not seek your dependence on me. I am a mirror to you as I speak to you. And you will either see the truth of what I am saying, or you will not. And that will dictate the level of your consciousness, which is never ending, for you and I are one, and that oneness is eternal. intelligence. That oneness is love. That oneness is God. Can you live that way? I live that way. And I share that energy, that non-dualistic energy with you. Whether you can grasp it or not merely tells you at what level you are. Are you living at the world of dualism? Or are you living at the world of non-dualism? Or are you living in the balance of the non-dualism subconscious mind and the dualistic, satanically ruled conscious mind? Bingo. That's when you have it. Meditate on that. I think you'll like it.